This creature never killed anyone, never sought to kill anyone, it was simply taken there. And I think why it works across country boundaries and nationalities and cultures is that that horse represents the innocent victim of all wars.
The first thing Stephen said when he turned up, he says, "This is a movie about a horse. The horse is my star. He's got to run through it, and the horse has to be happy." And even on one day, the horse was tired, and it wasn't quite, he was finding it difficult, so we just had to give him a rest, and Stephen rescheduled the shoot. So he had that day off, we shot something else and came back to it the day after. So from the beginning, Stephen had this great mindset with the horses. He wanted them to be happy and work, so he could get the best out of them. And from the start, the horses was the most important bit.
What is it?
It's a horse they found wandering about in no man's land.
What kind of an horse?
A miraculous kind of an horse, be my guess.
Part of my job was to make it so that people think it's one adult horse all the way through, and I think if I was to explain exactly how we did that, that might spoil that magic.
We had quite a big pool we had 14 joeys. So what we did, we also brought horses from all over the world, don't forget. So we had Finder that came over from America, who's done Seabiscuit and things like that. So he's a professional. He's got the biggest trailer out of all the horses. Some sequences he would do, other sequences the other horses would do.
We literally couldn't spend that much time working on the horse because they have to go from makeup into warm-ups with the trainers and then straight on to set, and it makes it quite a long time that they are being disturbed by humans, really. And so not only did we have to have something that looked great, we had to have something that was relatively quick.
England is at war! We are at war!
Well, the thing about mud, for a start, is that the colour of it varies so much throughout the country from location to location. And so even the real mud that we used, we had to have tons of it shipped around the country for continuity. I promise you it's true. And also, if there's a bit of mud that's under the horse's eye here, if we go back and do that scene a couple of weeks later, that bit of mud has to be just there again, so we had to record it all, tiny detail.
Jeremy, he put the hours in before the film started because it's very important that he was connected with the horse. So he would come months beforehand, he would muck out, he would clean them, we'd train them, he'd help us train. He had to learn some of the training with us. He didn't just stand there and we sent Joey in to him because that would be two cold people standing against each other. He had to actually interact with them. They were willing to put the hours on. And we had Tom and Benedict in the charge. That charge, nearly all of that is themselves.
Be brave! Be brave! Be brave!
You feel for this horse, but without it being a human, which I think is really difficult to get. And I don't think it's really been captured before, where the horse is still a horse, but still so involved with you.
Can you imagine flying over a war? And you know you can never look down. You have to look forward, or you'll never get home.